any system you are complaining about cannot favor you. This Japa syndrome, the seriousness of the Japa syndrome, I think it was it was post-COVID. Better for me to write the exam.
Yes.
To be the main applicant. So I said, okay. I wrote it the first time. I got those 6.5 for 6. So what is this? I knew I wasn't happy writing it. It was a better choice even before coming because I had done my research on both places. Other places I had people living there, families and friends. But Finland, I didn't know anybody. Don't mind that guy, Dabat. He lured me into playing. So Donald, for you to be in church, to have been a church boy for a long time, there's no way you will not know about. Just try play. Why did I apply to Canada for the third time? That's where the reason started in 2022. Was because I said to myself, my 2,000 Canadian dollars no could just go like that. I always say this thing. It's a kind of prayer that we pray in my house. Because I am here, the policies of Vasa will favor me. The policies of Finland will favor me. And remember, Finland is in the EU.
Yes.
Policies of the EU will favor me.
Hello. My name is Stephen Ikebude, and I welcome you to this episode of the Stephen Ikebude Show. Joining us on today's conversation is somebody most of you who live here in Vasa already know. Of course, you have seen his face all over the internet. But today is a privilege that we have him on. As a migrant, he is here to share his own story, and this particular episode is dedicated to that story. And I'm sure that we are going to learn one or two from his story. Today is going to be a packed episode. So if you missed the episode before this one, I will tell you this is not the one that you need to miss. Because the person we have on today's seat, who is here to discuss his migrant story, has a lot to say. Please, permit me to welcome Donald.
Thank you.
Donald.
Thank you, Stephen.
I welcome you to the Stephen Ikebude Show.
Thank you so much.
It's
a pleasure.
Man, the pleasure is actually mine.
Yeah.
You know, we find ourselves running around, being busy here. Conversation is one thing that we know occasionally occur when we meet at events or church activities. But today it's one-on-one.
Yes,
it's you and I.
One-on-one, yeah.
My brother, I welcome you again.
Thank you for beating me to it. You were supposed to be on my own show first. But then I'm here today, and yeah, I'm happy to be here.
You know, the reality is that we don't know which one is going to come first, and we don't know which one is going to come best.
Yeah.
You know, so what we need to do is keep an open mind.
Of course.
Mr. Donald, we are here in Vasa.
Yeah.
Far away from where we consider our birth country. Where are you from, and what are you doing here?
Okay, I'm Nigerian, precisely from Imo State. I'm from Mbise in Imo State. In short, let me be specific. I am from the Chilekese family.
Ooh.
In Umibe clan, Umekrede village, Ezido town, Ezinihite, Mbise, Nigeria.
Wow. Is it the same place we call Umba 5?
Umba 5, yes, country 5.
Country.
Yeah.
Now that you have given us, in fact, you didn't just tell us who your family name. You gave us the etymology on how it has come to play.
Of course.
And we know that a lot of people who are from country 5, Mbise, either those living in Nigeria or those who are living in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Please, as a native Mbise man living here in Finland, we want you to salute all those who are from Mbise. They will be proud to have their sons speak to them in their native language. Yeah, so that's okay. Are you sure it's okay?
Yeah, that one's okay.
Are you sure they will be proud of their son?
Of course, why not? Why not?
Then be say, oh, they're proud of your son.
Yeah, they are proud of me.
I'm going to tell you in the comment section. Move for video. No.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Dal, for bringing me here today. Emila.
It's the privilege is actually ours. It's not every day we get to find people who come to the show to speak about the migration. So you moved from Nigeria to Finland.
Yeah.
Is Finland your first point of entry?
Yes, Finland. Yes, coming to Europe or traveling outside of Africa, Finland was and is my first point of entry. I was intentional about it.
You were?
Yeah. So it started in 2018.
Okay.
When the thought came to my wife, let's go see what's out there.
When the what?
The thought of
the thought
traveling out.
Okay.
Came. So then it wasn't. I don't think as of 2008 there was so much of Japa. The people have been traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this Japa syndrome, the seriousness of the Japa syndrome, I think it was after it was post-COVID that it became
amplified.
Intense. Yeah. Yeah, people had been traveling pre-COVID.
Yeah.
A lot of people had traveled, But post-COVID, I think it became much intense.
What do you think, what was it would you call that triggered it?
I wouldn't know for sure, but I've listened to some people talk about these things, and they have said things like, or in fact, they say, because it's been a continuous conversation.
Yeah.
That Nigeria normally goes through phases. There was this time, I think, was it in the 80s or 70s, that people were just traveling outside. Most of them were going to the UK.
The English-speaking.
Yeah,
country.
English speaking country, to the UK and the US. At some point, it stopped. It relaxed for a period of time.
Yeah.
Then it picked up again in the 90s. So maybe it's just that thing that happens.
I had somebody who came onto the show, a Ghanaian, who lives in Kuopio.
Yeah.
I mentioned the word Japa to him. The Ghanaian, Eugene is his name.
Eugene, okay.
Eugene told me, not the Nigerian word again.
It's not the Nigerian word anymore.
Like even Ghanaians use Japa now to represent the same thing.
Exactly. And if a survey is done, you realize that the Japa word became popular. I think it became very popular post-COVID.
When did you actually leave Nigeria?
2023. Not long ago.
You're still fresh, oh.
I'm still very fresh. I wasn't interested in traveling out.
So, but you just said that you were intentional about Finland.
Yeah.
What made Finland a place of intention?
So I'll start from 2018.
Okay.
When my wife thought about it. Let us travel. I said, why? I mean, we're okay. We're not doing badly. People then what was common then was the Canada, or the, what's it called? Is it PRO?
Yeah.
PRO system that you write IELTS. She came up with that idea. I said, what I don't like is writing English language. That is my official language. Honestly, I wrote it about, I think, twice. And I wasn't writing it with happiness.
You weren't?
I wasn't writing it happy, no.
Because English is your first official language. And now you have to write it as a test to
prove that I can speak it, I understand the language. A language that I had studied from primary to the university, a graduate. Now I have to write English to prove to Canada, because it was there.
Yeah.
Now I can communicate in this language. Excuse me, I work in a language.
Wow.
I studied in that language, and I've been working in that language for years. So what else do you want me to prove? So I tried writing, the idea came through my wife and said your career path has been more consistent. You know, chronologically, you've grown through that career path. But according to her, hers had changed from one road to the other.
Yeah.
My mind had been more consistent. It will be better for me to write the exam.
Yes.
To be the main applicant. So I said, okay. I wrote it the first time. I got those 6.5 for the 6. So what is this? I knew I wasn't happy writing it. And the thing is, if you're not happy about something, you cannot get it. It won't come. What you are complaining about
will not come.
It's just like you are complaining about a system. You are always grumbling. That system cannot favor you. I'm sorry to say.
Oh boy. Wait, this space where you go now, a lot of bad goes go there. So people like us, when they complain about the weather, does that mean that the weather would...
No. There's a difference between when you are grumbling and murmuring. You can complain about something.
So that was why the Canada didn't work.
I believe that was why it didn't work.
So what made Finland now? I want to know why Finland
The thing is this. I dropped the idea of writing
the English language test.
The exam.
Okay.
Then I said, if I must travel out, I will go through studies. Let me just go do my master's.
Okay.
So I was in IT, and in my field of IT, I didn't necessarily need to have a master's degree. You know, the Nigerian system.
Yeah.
You have a master's, okay, you'll be aiming managerial
positions.
roles.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just an IT engineer. In short, let me say this one now. My wife, no vex. She was my manager at some point. I was earning more.
She was your manager?
Yeah.
At some point.
But I was earning more. Because all I needed was to do was write certifications in IT. And the higher certification I have,
the more they pay.
The more they pay.
Oh boy.
At some point, Huawei, that they called Huawei, was partnering with my company. Huawei paid me up to $8,000 writing Huawei exams and passing.
They paid you 8,000 US.
No, up to 8,000.
Up to 8,000.
1,000.
To write their own exam.
After writing and passing.
Wow. And this Canada wants you to use your money to pay to write an exam that's in your language that is your language of strength.
So I just gave that example to show, reason why I wasn't really interested in traveling out.
Okay.
But when the idea came, I said, okay, let me make an effort. Then that was the IELTS part. Then I changed my mind from the IELTS. I said, okay, I'll go through studies. I applied to a school. I still remember the name of the school. And I gained admission. Applied for visa. I was bounced.
From Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
They rejected. Reason being that because I applied with my family. They said I had no home ties.
Oh. They don't say if you go, they come back.
Then I reapplied without my family. And they said it's... they mentioned something. I think maybe my reason, motivation letter, something. I said, I did not change it. I did not change whatever reason that they gave. The first one was family ties.
Yeah.
Every other thing remained the same. I removed family. They found another reason. So did you not, in my mind I was wondering, did they not see these excuses in the first time? Yeah. At least they would have mentioned no family ties, motivation for the purpose of coming to study, not really strong enough. At least they would have mentioned all of those, but they didn't. So why?
Did they think you were overqualified for the application you were making?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, because if you ask me, I would say, or if you asked me, I would say, I was very much qualified.
And the course was for IT too?
No, it was safety and risk engineering.
Okay.
And I was qualified. Because the requirement for the course.
No, you were qualified for the course.
Yes.
They gave you the admission.
Yes.
But now the people who will assess to grant you the visa possibly went through the documentation and felt you were overqualified for that course, knowing fully well that the first intention you were going to go with your family, and now that the same guy, this guy really just won Japa.
So then that one went past. They said no the second time. So I gave up on it. I said, no, I can't be doing this. Why would I be stressing myself to my wife? No more. I continued working. Then I was rising within my income. My income was climbing. In fact, I worked with Control Risks West Africa Limited. I was working with Cloud Exchange West Africa Limited.
Yeah.
So I was being posted to client companies. Control Risks was the first one, headquartered in London.
Wow.
Then I did some time with Ajip Pensions. They had the names when I mentioned. No, be your names. So.
Wait, did Japa, what was it supposed to fulfill for you? Because, oh boy, you know Japa, you had it. You had that dream. Most people abroad are looking for.
I was okay. I wouldn't say I was a very big boy, but I was still well okay. With what I was.
You mentioned, Huawei paid you to write certification exam.
Yeah, they were paying
in their own for the business, so you can possibly represent them or do more engineering in India.
They were paying my engineers in my company because we were gold partners with them. So I would write exam, I pass, I get paid a total of 1,000 euros.
So all of this while, you didn't get Canada visa. You went back to work. You increased your skills.
Yeah, I increased my skills. I kept on writing my exams and passing them, climbing more. Worked with Total Energies, not filling station.
Oh boy.
Eco Hotel, 10th floor. Monitoring and supervision.
Wait, you go Eco Hotel when you were here?
Yes.
That place, they pass, they use camera, they use phone, they do.
The glass building. 10th floor, I'm saying it, you can ask, they will see this. Monitoring and supervision, I was there. Finally, the highest I worked or I earned was this Rand Merchant Bank, Wings Towers, Kozumba, by the way.
Victoria Island.
With the same...
In the heart of Lagos, where the financial capital of the country.
Yeah, with the same parent company, Cloud Exchange, posted me to. So, for me to be going from this company to other company on behalf of my own company, that means I was doing something okay.
Yes,
something
your expertise is still top notch.
Maybe not the best, but I was doing well. Okay. Liaising with the branches. RMB he is headquartered in South Africa. So the thing is, I was okay. But this yearning to let's go see what's happening
in the world
across the Pacific, let's go see what's happening there. Let's go see what. Then I decided Canada bounced me for the 3rd time. Now, for the 3rd time, they bounced me, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to make it public. I only applied to the school and passed. But my application to travel wasn't really done by me.
Okay.
Someone was doing it. But I felt like you can do it, just do it. Mine is to pay you for your services.
You use an agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the thing is, now, I didn't pay attention to what the agent was doing. Packaging. Mine was, okay, this same person did for a friend I connected to them.
And that one worked?
That one worked. That one is in Canada to date. And had done for different people. So when it was my turn, I said, okay, do it again. First time, they bounced. Second time, if I had known, I would have sat down by myself. Let me see what is going on here. Let me sit down. I had knowledge of what was going on, but I was not in depth. Not me sitting down to really do my own research and know down to dot every I and cross every T. I would have done that. But long and short of it's 2000 and this. After I took that break, I waited for some years. I deferred. The school said I could defer. I had given them about 2,000 Canadian dollars.
Already?
I paid. So I can only get a refund if I was denied visa.
Okay.
But if I withdraw from applying for visa, I will not get
the refund.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you would withdraw, you wouldn't get back the refund. So the third time when I applied, this was after some years, I took a break.
Yeah.
It was in 2022. So okay, let me go back to this matter. So I reapplied to Canada because I had deferred.
Yes.
Then when my agent did it for me.
You used the agent?
The same agent.
The third time?
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing to doubt then because he was still doing for others and they were getting
results.
Some will not get, definitely, not be the agent, be the embassy.
True.
So at this point in time, they sent me a supplementary that your funds are not clear. Blah, 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 blah. You risk being denied and getting a ban if we cannot clarify how these funds look.
Okay.
I reached out to my agent. Said, no, but everything is supposed to go well. Everything is supposed to... At the long and short of the whole story, that started 2022. I think it was June or July. Canada responded with a denial and a ban.
Hey!
Now, that's my story. A 5-year ban.
Oh, boy.
I don't tell this story.
For 5 years?
Yeah, so I'm sharing it so that others will learn.
But what do you think would have cost it? Did you actually present your own financial documentation,
yes,
or was it packaged by the agent?
I presented mine.
And they were originals?
Yes, they were originals. But there was a packaged one. So now, take note. There are packaged funding that someone could loan you money. You understand?
Yeah.
It is a loaned money. And that one is okay. Because people apply.
Yes.
And they mention that, okay, they got loan.
Yes.
And that whoever loaned them or gave them money, because they will not say loan, whoever has given you money will submit their own document too. If maybe you are a minor.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I didn't know the system. What I just did was give this agent my statement.
Yes.
These are my statements. But then there was the funding. To be honest, the funds were okay. I think the funds were okay.
So if you were going through the whole process, getting rejected the third time, and getting a ban of 5 years, this went on for multiple years. You had break in between.
So 2018, 2019 was the first and second.
Yes,
then
and
I
then
left it.
You left it and went back to 2022.
And there was no issue with my funds.
Then. So what is one thing you felt you took out from that process of applying to Canada, getting rejected twice, and now they rejected the third time and a ban? Do you think if you had done it yourself, the result would have been different?
I think so. If I'd done it myself, it would have been different because I would have known, I would have read about it, I would have done my research, in-depth research, to know what could lead to, what could make them deny me.
Yes.
Why are they denying me?
Do you recommend people to still use agencies for this kind of study abroad?
If they are agencies, for example, in UK universities have agents or agencies that represent them. Some of these schools in the UK, you find the names of these agents on their website.
Okay.
Yeah, you go for those ones.
Okay.
I mean, I've applied to the UK too. Applied to the UK, applied to Ireland. In fact, my study application to Ireland was through an agent. I saw it on the school's website and reached out to them.
So you applied to Canada?
Yeah.
You applied to the UK?
Canada was not.
Not
Canada,
through agent, but you applied to study to move there. So Canada, UK, Ireland. Which other country did you apply to? Apart from these three?
Sweden and Finland.
Sweden and Finland.
Yeah.
So you really wanted to Japa?
I really wanted to Japa. I don't like using the word Japa.
Okay.
Because I wasn't interested in Japaing not to go back home.
No, because in your own case, you had a good professional standing.
Yes.
The income was stable. Clientele, then they.
With the mindset that if I go there, I'll do well too.
Oh, that was the mindset you had. But you have not actually told me. I really want to know. Finland is a very beautiful country.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I have known Finns are not accustomed to the attitude of telling about their country themselves.
Yeah.
Finns are you will rarely see them put up discussions or conversations talking about their country.
Yeah.
So when you come to Finland, one of the questions they always ask is, why Finland? Have you been asked that question before?
Yeah.
When you are asked such a question, do you take it to be a cynical question, or do you think they are genuinely interested in knowing why you came to their country?
I see it as a genuine question.
So, if you applied to 5 different countries, but you said you were intentional about Finland, even me, as a migrant living here in Finland, I want to know what was it that made Finland the country of intention?
So the thing was this. Why did I apply to Canada for the 3rd time? That's where the reason started in 2022. Was because I said to myself, my 2,000 Canadian dollars no could just go like that.
Igbo man from me say, your $2,000 will not go like that.
I cannot lose that money. I told the agent, apply again. But what I found out, why my statement was quite cumbersome, was so much. The document.
Wow.
I use my bank account a lot.
Yes.
So the printout was a lot. The how do I call it? The number of pages were so much. That was where the problem came. Number of pages were so much. The fonts were okay.
But the history.
So the history was so long. So it wasn't like my agent used fake fonts. No. Because I want to think that, okay, even if maybe he had, at that point, I even thought he had any fonts. But he didn't. You see, my same statement, everything was there. But I discovered that my bank statement wasn't clear enough because we tried to compress it so that we could submit. There's a maximum size
of attachment.
And they're asking for 6 months for an account that you use on the go.
Oh boy.
So imagine how many pages. It was way more than the size, but I felt like they should be able to confirm this. So what's the big deal? Long and short, when they gave me the denial plus the ban, I said there was no concrete reason. He just said there's something is not clear about your financial standing. That was how the statement looked. It wasn't clear. Like you're telling someone this is
ambiguous.
Or vague.
Yes.
So you're not saying this thing
is incomplete.
Is incomplete.
Or send us another copy.
And you're not saying it looks fraudulent. There was no word like that.
Wait, when you apply the multiple times, do you pay for the visa?
Of course.
Can they be doing this just to siphon and make people pay repeatedly for the visa?
I don't know.
Because if you make this effort to apply correctly, and they come up with vague responses or answers.
Yeah.
Personally, I would think it's intentional, because we have had situations of people even struggling to get appointment times.
Appointment time, yeah.
And one way to keep
With
them...
the US.
Hey, my brother. The US application in Nigeria is...
One reason I've never applied to the US. I can't... I don't
heard they have appointment even up to...
One reason I've never
1 year ahead, 2 years. People never get appointment dates.
I don't apply it. I've never applied, and
Tell me why it became Finland.
So then I applied to Canada for the third time, so I left it. So that was 2022.
Yeah.
Then I thought to myself, these Canada people, for the third time, let me see. Pure for my eye. But let me just wait. But what else can I do? The UK. I had applied to some schools, about 4 schools, gained admission.
Okay.
I did my mathematics, NHS, is this NHIS or something like that? Health stuff.
Yeah, health scheme.
Visa, family, all of this money. That's UK. Say God.
Money day now. You there well now. You money sit down for account.
I checked, said this is not wise for 1 year something. It's not a wise move. It's not a wise move. And from what I know, I don't think their masters you can use it for PhD. I don't know. Maybe PhD in UK and PhD in UK you pay it still. I said, if I want to travel, I want to travel for a good reason. That's why I say I did not Japa.
You want to travel for a good reason.
It must be my master's. Then pursue a PhD. That was my plan.
Okay.
So I told my wife, this UK thing, I can't waste my money. I can't do that. People are doing it, but I can't spend all of this money.
Just to go to the UK.
Just to go there, dash them all of this money. Then I applied to Ireland to gain admission, but you cannot come with your family.
Oh, Ireland said outrightly.
It is there on their system. You cannot come with your family. On their own migrate. The migration is there. Even when you enter there, your family cannot come on. They will come as visitors to visit you and go back. So when you're done with your study and you're now working, you have your workers permit.
Yeah.
You can then bring in your family.
Aha.
And
okay.
My body language, even my wife knew. I would tell her, "Are you up for this?" The idea of traveling, now you bring them up, fine. And I don't want it to look like I'm not supporting it. I have no fears that if I can survive here in Nigeria, I can survive anywhere else. I'm not without skills. So whatever I have should be able to fetch me something somewhere to start from. I know it's going to be outside of my comfort zone, outside of Nigeria, where I am, but I can start from somewhere. So are you up for this? I said, the UK is a no-no. We cannot pay all of this money. I cannot do that. I had the money, yes. But Ireland, can you wait for 2 years? So they at the end of the day, we cancelled it. No, Ireland.
Because you guys have set up your mind that you were going to move as a family.
Yeah. I said, however, the UK, I'll defer until September.
Okay.
In 2022. I deferred, hoping that Canada will say something good. But February of that same year, because I gained admission also in that's 2022 January.
Okay.
So I deferred it to September. February that year, when I was thinking, February 2nd, I remember this. I said, Canada, I'm not sure of them anymore. They might say no again. UK, it is a no-no. Ireland, nah, it's not possible. 2 years, where else?
2 years without family, not
where else. The US is a no for me. I cannot deal. I cannot book for appointments.
Wow.
So I now checked. Australia, it's too far. I said, no, it's too far. Because I'm sorry, I'm Nigerian. Home is still there. I want to easily go home and visit and come back to wherever I am. I said, Australia, no. Where else in Europe? That was when I started my research. That was when I decided, Donald, you do this by yourself now.
Okay.
All the ones you've been, I applied to Canada, to the UK by myself, yes. Yeah. But I did not go further with visas and the rest. So now apply to the school and to the embassy by yourself. Don't use anybody. So I started my research February 2nd. I had a whiteboard marker.
For it?
On my wall, in my bedroom. I wrote and I checked all the schools in the EU. All the countries in the EU. I wrote them all down, started doing my research. My wife would wake up 2 a.m. and see me on the laptop. I had my notebook. I'll be checking and cancelling out all the countries one by one.
Wow.
This place, no, they're asking me to legalize educational certificate, legalize family. No, it's too much. So I cancelling until I got down to all the EU countries, until I got down to Sweden and Finland. Sweden and Finland were not asking me to legalize education documents. So imagine me legalizing WAEC, then BSc. WAEC, then BSc. No, I said, I'm spending money.
Wow.
So you legalize. First of all, you authenticate them.
Yes.
Before you legalize them.
Yes.
And there's family too. To authenticate family documents, marriage and birth.
Why do they require this much documentation from Nigerians or people from Africa?
I don't know. Maybe we're not there was something I found at that time. Hague something. Maybe they had this.
A treaty.
So, I got down to Sweden and Finland. I knew so much about Sweden. Sweden had been a popular country.
Yes.
I didn't know so much about Finland, but I knew about Finland, but not so much. Then I said, okay, these two. I've come down to these two. This was all in February.
That'll be small work you do.
It's at the end of February. Because I said, and then I now just wonder, Sweden and Finland, their application period was January. It's usually in January.
Yes.
And this was February. So, okay, that's past 2023. I'll plan for this. So I started digging deep into both countries.
Okay, that is where the intention
all the schools. So I sent emails to the schools. Each school, I'll open, what course can I do here? My BSc was in education and technology.
Okay.
Electrical technology. I'll send my transcript to the school. I look for somebody's name there. Maybe this course.
Yeah.
I remember one of the schools here. Is it Eastern Finland?
Yeah, University of Eastern Finland.
So I wanted to take photonics. I said, this is my career so far. And they would reply me that with this amount of credits in this, you will not be able to. But then that was when I realized that, okay, the best I could get from these two countries was anything related to my bachelor's, more on the side of education.
Okay.
So that's not bad because I was still teaching part-time.
Yeah.
As in, I would teach some places part-time after weekends.
What do you teach?
Physics and maths.
Okay.
And I had private students.
Oh boy.
I still teach till date.
You still teach online teaching?
I made more money from teaching than being an engineer.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I made more money from teaching.
So you tutor them through, do you have an online program?
No,
or?
I just have private students that I've been teaching from Nigeria. So when I left Nigeria for Finland, they wanted to continue online. I said, okay. I stopped all of them. But then I traveled and I recommended some teachers for those parents.
Yeah.
And they did not reach out to those teachers. And so one of the teachers called me to say, the people that you gave my number for. So when I called my client said, I And they've not been able to reach out to me. I said, what is the problem? You do expect me to continue with your child now? So I don't mind. That's what they said.
Aha.
Then I thought about it. I'm fresh in Finland, no job yet, studying. Some extra cash that I can convert to euros.
Yes.
I use it here. So okay, let's go.
Let's continue.
So I go back to it. Now Finland and Sweden had already decided. Okay, these are the schools. So I continued with checking all the schools and the courses, sending them. Is this in my? I will send my transcript.
Hold on. I am going to. You have given me so much that I will not just let it. You have told me why and how intentional you were in coming to Finland, and truly, with the person who has invested that amount of work, truly, you actually built up the intention based on how it was going to work for you. It wasn't just money. It wasn't just, you wanted a family movement, a family-oriented migration away from Nigeria. You have mentioned a lot. I'll try to break it down to the one that comes to mind. 2023, you came to Finland.
Yeah.
And you've been in. Have you visited Nigeria since then?
No.
Okay, so you have completely. Your family are here now with you.
Yeah.
If, for instance, did you come with your family at the same time, or they joined you?
No, they joined me.
What would you describe your 24 hours in Finland as?
Now? Or
No, your first 24 hours when you came to Finland. The first 24 hours of being here. How would you describe it?
My first 24 hours.
Yes.
It was a funny one. I landed and I would describe it as an adventurous one. Lock myself outside adventurous 24 hours because I just landed. Then I was happy. I entered my room. I was wearing boxer short. My pants. I was in my pants like just that's not. If I say boxers, it will sound like I was wearing boxers that boxers use.
Yeah.
No, not the boxers. So, nobody don't wear like short knicker.
Yeah.
No, the pants gone. That was what I was wearing because it was a shared apartment.
Okay.
So separate rooms and bathroom. Only we shared the kitchen.
Okay.
So I was within my space, my confines. So I was telling my wife, see where I am, see the place. Then I closed my door and locked my key inside. Then I realized like, whoa, and they told me, do not close, don't lock your door if you're not with your key. So that first day I paid 40 euros.
The first day?
My first hour.
You paid 40 euros because you come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful experience. Like, in Finland.
Finland happened to you immediately.
In Nigeria, you break your thing by yourself and fix it back. But then I had to pay.
Yeah. Did you pay immediately or they sent the bill?
No, they came and I paid cash. Yeah, because I came with cash, actually. So they came and I paid, then opened it.
Wow. That's a crazy 24 hours.
That's a great one.
It's not what I was expecting. But now that you are in Finland, 2023 till date is 3 years.
Yeah.
I want to go back to some of the things that you mentioned. Because, man, you can already feel it that Donald is not the type. He's not like me that I jackpot. Donald came prepared. You already had a career in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now that you have lived in Finland for 3 years, you only took with you your teaching. That one keeps you going. Yeah. Do you think you stepped down when you moved abroad professionally?
Yes, I did. I would say yes.
Did you in any way, no, if you want to add something to it, go ahead. Did you in any way anticipate that when you were living in Nigeria?
I did.
Oh, you knew?
It took me, I normally say 9 months because I started in February. My research wasn't just based on the school. It was about also the country.
Oh, boy.
What I could face. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Different people's perspectives and their stories about Finland.
Wow.
And Sweden, yeah.
So you did your research.
I did
do you recommend people to still do those research before coming?
Sorry, 2022 was, my own research for 2022 was for the program and the schools and a bit of the country.
Yeah.
But as I applied in 2023, on January 2023, after I had applied, then I started digging deep into the country.
Now that you have lived here 3 years now, knowing fully that you have stepped down, do you see feasibility of re-stepping up to where you were in Nigeria?
Now, step down depends on the context. Stepping down was me knowing that I was leaving my comfort zone, which was my home country, to go to another man's land.
Yes.
And I wasn't going there based on work, like they employed me from.
Yeah.
I was going there to study and try my luck and see what I can make of myself over there.
Yeah.
So I knew there was going to be a step down. I needed to come down and understand, learn the terrain.
Yes.
You understand? So I still had to step down professionally. But mentally, I knew that was a planned thing.
Yes.
I didn't feel, or I don't even feel like that, like I am down. I don't feel down. I don't feel that like I stepped too low.
Okay.
Because when you have that mindset, you will not do anything.
No, because you did your research.
Yeah.
So you already know the vicissitudes of what you were going in for.
Yeah.
So your mind was made up. And you knew this was going to be it.
Yeah.
Now, along the line, you got back your coaching. So that kept you connected.
Yeah.
3 years down the line, many people, when they leave Nigeria or different part of the world, they come to Finland, they cut off their previous connections to their home country, hoping that their expectations they had is going to materialize as quickly as possible. Do you think that's a good idea to cut off what you could or what you were involved in?
It's totally a wrong idea for me.
You didn't do it?
I didn't do it.
Or you did, but
later. But I did with the mindset of that because my clients preferred me. In fact, it was only during COVID that they allowed me to do online. So my major client said, as long as you can show up. If it's, but I had the means during the lockdown itself. I was still going out to teach because from the central bank, I had the clearance as an IT engineer in a bank, around merchant bank. So CBN gave us the clearance
to go out,
to be able to make sure that the banking system runs. Because they don't want to hear say financial this and don't drop. So the banking system had to run. So once in a while, I'll go into the office to check the system. The servers are working, everything is fine. I can do that remotely, but once in a while you go in and check, open the data center and see what's coming on. Okay, everything looks good. Yeah, then you can go. So I could drive around. I was still going to teach.
You mentioned that the idea of migrating came from your wife.
Yeah.
It wasn't to Japa. You guys were not looking for greener pastures. You wanted to see the world. Did she give you a timeline of how soon you should achieve it?
No, she didn't.
So she allowed you to make your decisions and to move by it. Now that all of you live here in Finland, if you were to go back at that point in time, knowing what you know now about Finland, would you make the same decision?
It would have been a tough one to make. Yeah, because I had not done menial jobs before. I did menial jobs after secondary school while I was waiting for admission.
Yes.
I had to do anything because as boys who were together, let's go to that place. They're building. Let's go join. Let's go walk there. Yeah, we carry popcorn. It was a boys' thing. It was fun to us.
Yes.
We're making there's this factory that let us go. We're doing it as a group thing. While waiting for admission. But here, I came as a skilled
professional.
I'm a professional, bros, in IT and in teaching. Qualified. I have a bachelor's degree. And I can do electrical works. No electrician comes to my house. I fix every electrical work by myself. Because I read industrial technical education, electrical electronics in my bachelor's degree.
Elect.
Yes. So
Hi. Oh boy.
I didn't come as one zero skill or unskilled guy, But I knew one thing: it's not my country.
You say it again.
I knew one thing: Finland is not my country.
So you embraced what you met.
Yeah. Donald, you are going there. Whatever you see, if you could make it in Nigeria, you can make it here.
But at what cost?
At what cost? Well, and the thing is this: I didn't know anybody in Finland that would have given me an experiential information or knowledge. I only got it from watching YouTube videos and reading online about Finland. So I had a mindset. But it was a shocker to see that it was very difficult to get a job, even a menial job. But because to an extent, let me say 60% preparedness that it might not be easy.
Donald, sincerely speaking, I must tell you this is one of the best episodes or best first half of an episode, because I know we'll let this guy go. No. On a more serious note, I like the way you came with the conversation. You are even far more flowy than I am. Okay. And you don't win me for this first half. I don't even know what I'm going to ask you that again, because you did your research. Then you came, met the shocker. The research you did about Finland and Sweden were from YouTube videos.
Yeah, but reading.
Yeah. Nonetheless, you would have wished if you had somebody who had given you experiential knowledge.
Yeah.
On that experiential knowledge, we are going to take a very short break. Because make I go prepare the question what I will ask this guy. I don't know what I go ask this guy. So I don't say on our way to that place. You guys that are on the other side would have more questions. So let me allow the brain to simmer a bit, because he has given me a lot that I will need to unpack. Don't go anywhere. You know how we do it on the Stephen Ikebude show. We keep it real, relatable, experiential, and based on what we have experienced in the course of our life as migrants.
Yeah.
So stay there. We're going to be back just in a while. Have a good one. Hello. I welcome you back to the continuing part of this episode with Donald. You and I know that for those of you who were with us on the first part, it's the same video, but we had to take a break. And something happened during the break. Was it during the break it happened? I think it happened before even the first episode, before the first part.
Yeah, that's true.
And as an intro to this second part, I think it would be nice that Donald shows you what he showed me before this recording even started. Donald, please.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, so
we have a piano at the back of this thing, so
okay, let me try this. It's really been a while. I'll do it on F sharp.
Okay.
That's enough.
On the Stephen Ikebude show, it is always important that we bring you a different kind of spice, possibly on every episode. And today, we're having a spice here. A piano. Wait, I don't say you tell me say you be teacher. You dey teach physics. You dey teach music too.
I'm not a pianist.
You are not?
No, I'm not a pianist.
Where did you learn the skill from?
I learned it back in the day when I was still in the church. Well, I'm still in the church, but as a young boy, I'd played the piano before in the church. Yeah.
While in Nigeria. And the skill followed you here.
Yeah, so it's been over 20 years now, 25 years.
Do you still play? You say you are still in the church. Do you still play piano in the church?
No.
So what do you do in the church then?
I play the drums.
Which church do you attend?
City Church Vasa.
Aha.
I play the drums, but I'm not a good drummer. I just, no, it was the keyboard, don't mind that guy, that bad. He lured me into playing. So don't for you to be in church, to have been a church boy for a long time, there's no way you will not know about, just try play. And with the church, and we didn't have a drummer then.
Yeah.
So I started playing little by little, and it was even good. I tried.
Wow.
And I've gotten better.
At it, yes.
At it, yeah. Although we have drummers.
Yeah, but it's you know, not only do you work with your head, you also work with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have skills that are useful in the worship.
Yeah.
In the church.
The work of God.
In the work of God.
Yeah.
And you say you've been doing it 20 years ago.
I did it.
Yeah.
I did not do it anymore so the last time I played the piano in the church was I think that was 2003.
Do you think immigrants who come to Finland should get involved in church activities if they are Christians?
If you're a Christian who goes to church normally, no matter how little you go, how less frequently you go, it will be nice to go because community is important. And the church is one place you find community.
Already set up for you to join.
Because I'll give you an example of my church and other churches that I've been to in this Finland, in this Vasa. There's this welcoming feeling, that's this welcoming atmosphere that they give you. You feel welcome and you have this sense of belonging. And there's this care that they show. That's one key thing. I've seen it in all the churches I've been to. They care for you.
In fact, I will use this medium to give credit to whom it is due. I know my wife also participates occasionally in going to the Vasa City Church. I don't go to Vasa City Church, but I only attend whenever there is events. And I've been there a couple of times for the Christmas carol that you guys put together. But surprisingly, when my wife gave birth to our second son, the representatives of the Vasa City Church paid us a visit. And they came bearing gifts.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, the pastor's wife, I think she's also a pastor.
Yeah, she's a pastor too.
Yes. So
Pastor Monica.
Yeah, Pastor Monica. She was supposed to come. She tried to arrange a time with my wife, but the timing didn't work out. So it was Margaret.
Migrate.
Yeah, Migrate.
Yeah.
Who came, and she was with us. She came bearing gifts, and I'm thankful to her. That visitation, still remains evergreen.
Yeah.
It shows how much the church, closes up the gap with its members.
It does.
They felicitate with you when you are in joyous moments, and they cry with you when you are having a time of sobriety, and it's a good thing. I beg, as Dabat don't encourage you to be church boy again, continue to be church boy, because it's a good community.
It's a good community. I've always been a church boy. I just stopped playing music.
Okay.
Yeah, in the church. I stopped. And here I had to continue because of that, but playing the... I had to learn to play the drums here.
That's good.
So I wasn't playing the drums before. I just had an idea that, okay, this thing could be hit this way.
Yeah.
But I was not a drummer. So here I had to,
Man, one of the good things I enjoy each time I come to Vasa City Church is the choir.
Okay.
The kind of songs they play,
especially
those ones. Hey, whatever big girl, I will call your name for this one. I will call your name. I will give you your credit. She can sing.
Honestly, the Vasa City Church is the worship team is really good.
They are.
The keyboardists are good. The drummer.
The time in where they put the church no favor me, but I did try. I did try. I did try. Let us come back to your migration. You gave us a lot of information in the first part, how intentional you were coming to Finland, and how Finland happened to you the first 24 hours. Now that you have lived in Finland now for 3 years, you still haven't gone back to Nigeria since you came. So it means that Finland has treated you in such a way that you felt comfortable and homey. How would you describe the native Finns that you have come in contact with while you are living here during these 3 years?
Now, there are two types of native Finns that I've met. The Finlandssvensk, the Swedish-speaking Finns. And the Finns, themselves, the Finnish Finns. Let me put it.
The Finnish-speaking Finns.
Yeah, the Finnish-speaking Finns and the Swedish-speaking Finns, So, it's so far, I've not had, I've enjoyed their attitude. I've enjoyed getting to know some of them. Some of them are my friends. I know that most of them don't really talk much, especially to strangers. And English is not their first language. And I don't speak their first language. So there's that difficulty in communication. However, when you meet those who can speak the language that I can speak, for example, in my case, English. Some of them are quite reserved, but by the time you start a conversation, they pick it up. And then they talk. And you wonder, things are supposed to be quiet, but this one's talk. So it's been good. It's been a wonderful experience. Although there are some as humans, would exhibit some kind of tendencies, and you be like, and you feel, why is this person behaving this way towards me? Humans are like that. But majority
has been receptive.
They have been, majority has been receptive.
3 years living in the land of the Finns. Do you think it was a good decision, knowing what you know now?
A wonderful decision.
Wonderful. In one sentence, what would you let's make it, we know you are packed, so I will try to go, I'll have to give it to you as in the hot. In one word, what would you describe your 3 years in Finland to be?
Experientially beautiful.
Beautiful.
So
that experience, that experiential knowledge you didn't get when you were doing your research, now you have gotten it yourself by living here for 3 years, and you describe it as beautiful. With what you know now experientially, would you recommend Finland to anybody coming here to study?
I would.
You would?
If you are ready to step down.
You say what?
If you are ready to step down from that horse that you are riding on, where you are, in your comfort zone, you're ready to step down. You want to come to study. Study means you are coming here to start all over. That's the meaning of study. If you were getting a job, if a Finnish company was employing you, you are coming directly to work and earn money and live a good life. But if you were coming to study, don't expect that one company will just come and give you a job. Immediately, no.
They shouldn't expect that any company will just give you a job.
Hand you a job. Hey, welcome, take. They have people who can do the jobs too. Normally before any company, on a normal ground, before a company would employ an outsider who's going to come in as an expatriate. That's the word.
Yeah.
They must have checked very well. Don't we have any other person who can do this job? What is this person bringing that we don't have someone within that can do it? They check these things first.
So you have to be highly skilled for you to be thinking of being the preferred to be given that job.
Especially in Finland. You have to be highly skilled. You have to be highly skilled.
So all of these students who come to Finland and complain that there are no jobs, were they hoping for the jobs? Was it promised to them? In your own case, did you get any kind of promissory note that you were going to get a job when you come here to study?
No. So, from my research, people had traveled to Finland and within 3 months they got a job. Some within their first month. There was one girl I watched. In fact, before she came, she had a job offer. But now, take note, none of them was from Vasa. None of them was from Vasa. I'd watched from people from Jyväskylä and the rest. And being in Finland, I know now that Jyväskylä is a bigger city than Vasa is.
Yes.
Tampere is a bigger city. Helsinki is a bigger city. Turku is a bigger city. Espoo is a bigger city.
Yes.
Compared to Vasa. So I came with that mindset that at most 3, 4, 5 months. I was here from September up until summer, June. I got my first job, a cleaning job.
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
No job.
No job.
And the first one you got was cleaning.
And guess what? Some of my mates who came, we came the same period, the same sets. Some of them got jobs within 3 months.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's the point. I know people who have been here, who came in 2024, no jobs here, but they have mates who are working.
Even till now?
Yeah, 2024. I know 1 or 2 who have not gotten a job to do. They've done berry picking. Now they're hoping for the next summer to come for berry picking again. So it's like they say, all fingers are not equal.
But then, knowing what you know, you still recommend people to come to Finland.
Are you ready to step down? Because I would have given you my own experiential knowledge and shared the knowledge of other persons.
Now, the Stephen Ikebode show is about that.
Yeah.
Letting migrants tell these experiential experiences, this experiential knowledge on how it is for them, knowing how they have lived their life. We've had people come to the show who have only stayed here 2 years. We've had people who have come to the show who have stayed 25 years.
Yeah.
You know, I was privileged to even have somebody who has lived abroad for about 29 years on the show. So we've had mixed.
Yeah.
You told us that knowing what you know now about Finland, if you were still back in Nigeria, the decision of coming to Finland would be harder.
Yeah.
Now, what do you see right now in Finland, since you are still here, that you think somebody else who is coming now should follow your recommendation?
Okay. My decision of coming would have been harder. Let me go with that first.
Yeah.
Because if I had known that it would take me a longer time to get a job, I would have thought about it very well. I would have spent more time thinking about that thing. What other way can I go there to get a job faster?
Okay.
So the decision that I made, maybe I would have made that decision later on.
Okay.
Maybe I would not have made it in 2023. Maybe I would have just been in Finland for maybe about 1 year now.
Yes.
But then, Finland but because to an extent, I did my research. I didn't know so much, but I knew something.
Yes.
I knew there was going to be a start afresh. You are on a mountain. I wanted to go to the next.
But you
mountain.
had savings.
I had savings. That was a good thing that we did.
You had savings.
I had savings. I did not. Luckily for me, I'll put it that way. By the grace of God, I did not borrow
To come to Finland.
come to Finland.
Do you think that is a growing trend that people borrow money to come to Finland?
To travel abroad, generally, some people borrow.
Is it a good thing?
I
You didn't do it, but
didn't-
is it a good thing knowing what you know now?
was.
Man, because it baffles me.
Yeah, I mean, some people borrow and with the mindset of paying back.
Yes.
And depending on who they are borrowing from, some people borrow from sources that will not come after them, like that will not haunt them.
Mhm.
And maybe they have good relationships with those sources and they're able to pay back afterward, after they are started working. And one of the reasons I think they borrow conveniently is even before they borrow, they had some money. Nobody comes unless you are.
No, the reason why I asked that question, sorry, I want to narrow it down, is when they now come here to Finland, the expectation is already too high.
Yeah.
The rush to get the job, the quickness to get the income.
Yeah.
When it is now not coming,
Yeah.
they begin to blame the natives.
Natives. Yeah.
Personally, I think it needs to be corrected. And one of the ways of correcting it is to have it as a discussion. Finland is not responsible for the expectations you have.
Yeah.
Finnish people did not put you into the position to take a loan with interest to come to Finland.
They did not.
Neither did they promise you they were going to keep the job for you.
They did not.
So it's one of the reasons why I set up this show, so that people who are actually doing research like you did, we have a place, a diary where they can go and hear those who live there.
Honestly, because I wanted to come study, the only thing Finland promised me was that you will study and you get good education. That was what they promised me.
Did you get the good education?
I got it. Because I wanted to come study in their country, in Finland.
Yes.
I wanted to come do masters. And the only thing that they promised me was you will do your masters as long as you fulfill everything.
Have you finished it?
I completed it last year.
Wow.
May.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. So that was...
Wait, hold on. Did you pay for the tuition?
I got 80% discount.
Oh.
That was what they promised me, and they gave me what they promised.
So everything Finland promised you, they delivered.
They delivered.
So you have zero issue with Finland.
I have zero issues.
What?
I had zero issues, and I still have zero issues.
Oh, you still have zero issues
Yeah.
with Finland? Wow. What are the mistakes you say you have made so far living in a new country that you think people should be aware of?
I'm trying to think of my mistakes, because the first one that comes to mind is the expectation when it comes to the kind of employment. I came as a professional,
Yes.
and I wasn't expecting to start with cleaning. I had never been a cleaner before. So, but then, even though I knew it was going to be tough, I wasn't expecting cleaning. So I was apprehensive and repulsive to it. At some point, my mom called me. Because my wife would tell me then that it doesn't matter, you can just do whatever you have. You went there to study. Remember, you had the mindset that this means a start over. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have, just whatever you can find your hand doing, or whatever your hands can find doing, do it for the meantime and get by. But I was struggling with that idea, because I came where I came from. It wasn't my thing.
No.
It was it wasn't what okay. It's not like it was not beneath me, no. But I never cleaned before. So I was wondering. I have a bachelor's degree. I shouldn't. Where I'm coming from, it was not bachelor holders were not clean. So why should I do it here? But then the difference in the how do I put it, in the labor culture. There's a difference in labor culture.
Yes.
In Finland, there's dignity in labor.
There is.
There is dignity in labor. And with that cleaning job, you can earn a good life, a comfortable life.
Well said.
Pay your rent.
Well said.
Live your life.
Yes.
According to your income.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm saying you don't even have a full-time cleaning job yet.
Is that a good thing about Finland?
That's one good thing.
In fact, I will share this today. I went to the UK. The first time I actually went to the UK was from Finland. I went there with my residence permit. Then I was just issued 4 years.
Yeah.
I also did cleaning. So when Finland gives you a residence permit based on your profession,
yeah,
it writes the profession on the residence permit. So on the permit I had, it was written Siivoja, which is a cleaner.
Cleaner, yeah.
So I have just gotten the 4 years. My point of entry, the airport, was Gatwick Airport. So I had to be checked in. So the lady who I met there took my passport, my Nigerian passport, took my residence permit, looked at it. She couldn't explain, like...
Yeah. Siivoja.
She know what Siivoja was. But already in the application, like professional, I wrote there, cleaner. So she was like, are you really a cleaner? I said, yes. Professional cleaner? I said, yes. And you got the permits on the basis that you are a cleaner. I said, yes. She was like, that's not a thing here in the UK, that we are going to give you a residence permit. And 4 years we're talking about the permanent residence.
Yeah.
It's not a P, but it's a continuous residence based on profession.
Yeah.
So when you said it the way you said it, that memory came.
Yeah.
Because Finland appreciates your willingness to try. And for that reason, every profession you involve yourself in here has its own industry code and recognition. You know, so it is just to buttress the point you were trying to make.
A point I would have, if I'd known, I would have embraced the idea that even cleaning is part of the stepping down. Because eventually, I cleaned. I worked on a farm.
On a farm?
When I finally embraced that idea of, come on, Donald, what are you doing? These are jobs. These are jobs. Fine, in Nigeria, you wouldn't have done it because you were already a professional. So you wouldn't blame me for feeling...
How many years after graduation were you in the professional practice in Nigeria as an IT or engineer?
I started practicing from 2014 in IT. But before then, I was already doing other things. I was teaching.
So how many years would you say post-graduation?
Post-graduation of professional work itself. In IT.
Yeah.
2014 to 2023, July.
That's like 9 years.
Yeah.
And you said you did teaching before the IT.
Teaching before the IT and also during the IT.
Okay. How many years before the IT?
That was about
graduation.
In short, I started from 2026. I started teaching in public schools.
From 2016.
2016.
2006.
I started teaching. So public schools.
Oh boy! So you had
a part-time teacher.
So 2006 to 2022.
Yeah.
That's like 16 years of being a professional tutor.
Yeah.
And then you had about 9 years of being a professional IT expert.
Yeah.
you left all of this to embrace cleaning and working in the farm.
Farm working.
Oh boy. My brother, you step down though.
I was stepping down. So you see.
Did Finland know how much you sacrificed your professional career for you to embrace what they offered you?
They don't know yet. They're going to know soon when I get to where I want to get to.
So what should we be expecting of you then in the years to come? Or 3 years right now, who is Donald of today? If we were to put it that way. Tell us who you are 3 years after living in Finland. Who are you today now?
Donald of today is someone who has succeeded against all odds. I am that person who is still in the making.
Okay.
I came to get a master's degree and pursue a PhD. I've not commenced the PhD, but I'm on the track.
But the master's is done.
Master's is done. I completed it.
Okay.
And I'm aiming for the PhD still.
Okay.
I'm currently working as there's a word that they could use for us, people like us at the University of Vasa, experts.
Okay.
So I am currently working on a research project.
Okay.
An Erasmus sponsored, European Commission sponsored project at the University of Vasa.
Okay.
So it came from the project is majorly from Turkey, involving some EU countries like Finland, Austria, and I think, is it Lithuania? I can't remember.
Yeah.
So I'm on that project.
That's good.
And that's one of the things I've wanted to do, research and teach in university. And I'm saying it, I go teach for this Finland, for university.
I like that intention. I like the zeal.
I was cleaning one day and at one of the universities, and I told one guy, I said, so students had finished their classes, they were just leaving. And I said, I'll go teach them one day. He looked at me. So the way he looked at me, he stared into my eyes. He was looking at me. He paused. He said, Amen. He said, I will teach them one day. So I didn't know that he was catching what I was saying. He knew I was saying it from the depth of my soul. I would teach them one, and I will teach one of these.
I think University of Vasa have teachers from immigrant background.
Yeah, they do. Most of the schools have.
Okay.
Most of the schools. I know.
And they tutor in English?
In English, yeah. So yeah, we know that one of the biggest challenges is language.
Yes.
And they do a lot of their courses in their language.
Yes.
But we still have English courses.
How has it been for you acquiring the language of nativity of Finland? Either Swedish or Finnish. Which one don't advertise well to you?
Swedish.
Why Swedish?
My university Oba Academy is the Swedish school, and before I came, after gaining admission, before coming to Finland, I had the opportunity to have summer language class.
Okay.
So because I knew that my school was a Swedish school and my course required me to do, I must do Swedish.
Yeah.
Part one Swedish as a compulsory course. So I chose Swedish during the summer classes online.
Yes.
Back home.
Yes.
And I enjoyed it.
Has it helped you so far since living here?
Yeah.
In your daily life?
In my daily life, to some extent, because there's some people I meet and I thought, and when they say something in Swedish, or sometimes I say some things in Swedish, they say, oh, you can speak some Swedish. I say, yes, little, But although I took Swedish, this is where you have to be intentional. From Nigeria, I had planned. See, I knew about Iki before coming to Nigeria. Coming to Finland.
You knew about Iki tests before coming.
I bet anywhere you want to go, anywhere you want to go to, do your research. Do your research about that place and make that decision that I'm going to this place. I know this much. at least know something.
Your wife told you that you should do what your hands can possibly do to get by each day. Was that part of the motivation that made you embrace cleaning and farm work?
Yeah.
So your wife plays a big role in your life.
She plays a huge role.
How many months were you here before she joined you?
9 to 10 months. They came in July the next year.
Before you even got the job?
Yeah, 10 months.
Before you got the job?
I got the job before they came.
Ah, okay.
In fact, the job was one of the... In fact...
so, plenty.
June, I got the job of the cleaning.
Yeah.
Then I tendered it, I submitted it to migrate. Because that was not the agreement I had with what I read on the migrate site. It takes about 3 months to attend to my family's case. But after 3 months, they pushed it further. I called, they said it has gone beyond 3 months, so let us give the next 3 months. What are these people doing? Because the funds we planned ourselves. There were sufficient funds.
Oh, you didn't even need the income from Finland to get your family to reunite with you.
That's what I'm saying. Based on what they required.
Information.
Based on what they require, this amount of income, this maybe 1,000 or something.
Yeah.
I converted it to my naira. And I had everything. Even when our current regime or presidency entered and they valued the naira, I still had money. I added money to it. I had money. So if I was supposed to show maybe, let me just bring it down. If I was supposed to show 1 million, or let me see, if I was supposed to show, let's just say I was supposed to show 5 million.
Yeah.
It's way more than that.
Yeah.
There was an extra of 2 million.
So to cover whatever valuation or currency exchange they want to use.
But still, migrate did not give. But then the cleaning job came. I tendered it. They still did not say anything yet. It was the farming job, the farm job that came in. Then I submitted it today. Tomorrow, they gave my family.
Wait. The farming contract, was it the permanent one?
No. Farming was a fixed one. The cleaning job was even a summer job. Not permanent, it was a summer job.
So did the second contract show them that you were really...
I think they saw that this guy is serious.
Serious about what, bringing your family over?
Yeah.
Has it been a good one since your family joined you?
It's been a wonderful one. So that's why I said that my being in Finland has been beautifully... No, I said wonderfully beautiful.
You said experientially beautiful.
Experientially beautiful, thank you.
But I would take us back a bit. Because living abroad comes with a lot of mixed bag. I'm happy that you mentioned family. When you were talking about your research too, you mentioned family. You know, you have mentioned family, you have mentioned your wife. Are you a family guy?
I'm a family man.
Oh, not even guy, man.
And a husband and a father. Yeah.
So you had your kids before you moved.
Yeah.
What is the change you have noticed from your own experience about parenting in Finland compared to parenting in Nigeria?
My kids would say, Dad, we're in Finland. You know that you cannot spank me.
They say it to you.
Yeah. I say, okay, we'll travel to Nigeria next month and I'll spank you.
Oh my God.
I'll tell them, if you're annoying me, we'll visit Nigeria and I will spank you all the spankings. All the spankings, I will spank them when we come
Does
back.
the Finnish system empower kids beyond the Nigerian system?
Empower kids in what context?
In this way, now that you said, Daddy, we're in Nigeria, we're in Finland, you cannot spank me.
They know their right that they shouldn't be spanked.
Where did they get the information from?
I would say school, from their mates. I've not heard them coming to tell me that their teachers told them this or that. But I know they've mentioned it that they were discussing with their mates, and I'll say, who told you that? So they have these conversations in their school.
Wow.
I said, well, we are Nigerians.
How did your kids adjust to the Finnish educational system?
They were already studying Finnish using Duolingo before they came.
You said what?
Yeah. They were studying Finnish using Duolingo. In short, they had beaten or gone past all the stages.
Not the only research you do for yourself, you do for your kids too.
For my kids. They had gone past all the Duolingo. Duolingo is the language games. So you get to this level. My kids had gone to the highest levels or whatever.
So they started doing so when you got here, or even before you got here.
When I left.
Okay, they started learning.
Yeah. So it had dawned on them that okay, our daddy is gone to Finland, and guess what? They were using my email account on Duolingo, so I was seeing their progress. Yeah,
that's a good one.
So it was intentional.
This is the first time we are seeing. I never heard this one before.
Yeah. So when they came here, it was easier for them to transition.
Yes. Yeah. Because the transitioning can bear different effects.
Yeah. So
it has its effect on adults, let alone kids.
Yeah. So it was easier for them to transition because they were excited about it.
Did they miss their friends back home?
Yeah, they missed, but not so much because they were so happy. And number one, they had missed their dad for like 10 months. So they were so excited to come over. And they had been looking forward. And all the stories they had heard from me were beautiful ones. So they came in and they were happy about it. And immediately they were in school. So they didn't stay long at home. School, resumed and they joined school. And, being they joined the language school where they learn Finnish.
Yeah.
And my younger son is way better. He speaks better because I think it comes with the younger you are, the faster it is for you to learn.
Yes.
So it's been good so far.
Did the Finnish educational system enrollment for kids, is it easier here in Finland than enrolling kids into school in Nigeria?
I wouldn't know which one of them is easier because in Nigeria,
we don't have this general system where you apply, but in Finland you have an electronic system where you apply and then you wait for them to make a decision.
Public schools in Nigeria, yes, they have their system.
Okay.
But in Nigeria we have a lot of private schools, so many of them. So you just decide to move your child from this school to the next. Just pay the bills. But here there's a system. It wasn't difficult for my kids, for me to, because before they came, I had already processed
the whole thing.
I told them I'm applying for my children. They were waiting for the visa, so they gave me the forms to apply. So before they came, I'd already done all the process.
Most of the time, we are far more conscious about our own awakening.
Yeah.
All my kids were giving birth
here.
Mm-hmm. In your own case, you came, your kids joined you here. So it's a different experience, for you. And there are so many people too who are going to watch, who have kids back home in Nigeria or different countries, hoping that one day their kids will join them here. What would you say was the biggest, for instance, deference or effects, or will I say shock that your children had as a result of the migration?
They would have had a huge shock if I had not told them that they were going to step down, because they 2 steps down from their classes. My older son was already in grade 7, which is JSS1 in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So he had to step down to grade 4 based on his age.
Wow.
Because grade 1 here starts from 7 years.
Yes.
Grade 1 in Nigeria starts with 5, 6. So usually 5.
Even your kids stepped down.
They stepped down. The younger one was quite lucky because his own stepping down was just 1 class. But the older one went back from being in secondary school, first class in secondary, which they call grade 7 year.
How did they feel joining a new school with new faces, did they express excitement when they came back home after the first day?
My God. The shocker was an interesting one. They came back and said, Mom, whoa, 4 breaks. Wow, this is good. We went on breaks 4 times. Like in Nigeria, we'll be in school from morning to 4 p.m. 1 break or 2 breaks, and very short. But here, we went to school and now we're back home. It's not even 2 p.m. yet. Mom, I love Finland. So they were excited about the breaks,
Yes.
so it was not, the Finland educational system. Now let me speak as a trained educator in Finland.
Yes.
Play is important.
What do you call it?
Play
is important.
Very important. I have done internship. In short, I've done teaching practice in the basic school.
Yes.
So basic school comprises of primary and middle school. That's those in West Africa will know from primary 1 to JSS3.
Mm-hmm.
I've done internship there. I've done internship in the senior secondary.
Yes.
So here I did it with the IB line where they speak English.
Okay.
So, and I've done internship with daycare.
Yes.
The Vasa English Play School. So, with the daycare, whether it is snowing or it is raining, time for a break, it's time for break. Unless that child is not feeling fine, everybody goes out, even teachers who are supposed to watch them, they go out with them. So if it's raining, the kids will put on all their raincoats, and they play in the water because play is important. And research has shown that it's good for this.
Oh.
So that's why they do even nature work.
Yes.
We ride bicycles with them. We ride.
You mean with your puppies?
Puppies, yes. I rode bicycle with this. We went through bush paths and, we went through the roads. Yeah, it's part of the curricula, or a curriculum in this case.
And that is completely different from what they experienced back home in Nigeria.
Very much different. Very much different. Play. How much play did they play?
Wow.
Yeah, it's compulsory. Even my kids who are in basic school, I say once it is break time, they go out, everybody must go outside.
Oh boy.
And play in that snow. You must play in the snow because it's important for you.
Is it now you mentioned play, you mentioned snow.
Yeah.
And weather is one thing here that hits differently.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for your kids experiencing the first snow?
That was what they were looking forward to. They came during summer.
Wow.
They were just waiting for this.
For the snow to come.
And when it came, they were finally. They would jump in the snow and play. It was a big deal for them. They loved the winter. But now they've gotten used to it. Yes. And sometimes they're like, come on, this weather, this winter today, winter should quickly go. But, but they're used to it now.
You have shared how you were a church boy.
Yeah.
You've shared how the community that you joined, which is the church, and how you even recommended people to join that community.
Yeah.
Do you belong to any other community apart from the church?
Yeah, I belong to the Nigerian association in Vasa.
Okay.
And I must say this. Before the Nigerian association was registered, there was one. I mean, we have there still is, where they just the WhatsApp group for support. Where you ask questions and
yes.
That was the first one thing I met, and they had this welcome party for us.
Okay.
That gave me a sense of belonging. Immediately. And it was an opportunity to meet those who had been here before me, ask 1 or 2 questions and, hear 1 or 2 things from them. And now that it is a registered one, that belongingness has gotten better. I feel like, okay, being part of the registered one makes me, because I am educated, so I know. It gives me this sense of acceptance here, and sense of what's the word? Recognition.
That you belong to somewhere that is registered.
When they check the papers or check their documents in Finland, there's a registered association of Nigerians in Vasa.
Yes.
And when I say I am a member of that registered association, please check. Check if you have that association. They'll say, okay, yes, we have this, and it is recognized in Finland as a registered stuff. Now, check with them if I am a member. They'll go check that, okay, yes, you belong somewhere.
People who have lived here for a while complain about community association and how sometimes it has given them bitter taste of experiences.
Yeah.
You were welcomed by those who have lived here before you.
Yeah.
And you felt it gave you a sense of belonging. You mentioned an attribute of why you even joined the registered one.
Yeah.
Do you recommend those before you who have bitter tastes of associating with people from their own community? Do you recommend them to join associations even after they have had bitter tastes?
There is always, at some in life, conflicts will arise. Challenges must come. So sometimes I see conflicts as part of those experiences that must come.
Okay.
So you've had experiences, bitter ones. Those things can be fixed if you're willing to fix them.
Those things can be fixed.
Well, whatever it is.
I had an episode with Felix Odiri,
okay,
who happened to be the financial secretary of the Nigerian Association,
okay,
the Association of Nigerian Community in Finland.
Okay.
And he had practically the same thing you just mentioned. Like, even if you have a problem, maybe you have a problem with one person, it doesn't mean you have a problem with the association.
Yeah.
So why leave the association?
Fix it.
So you recommend fixing?
Fixing it. A lot of, if you go deep into psychology, you realize that a lot of us do things. There's this word that they use. It's strong. Some of us are damaged in different ways. Your inability to want to fix something is a problem.
Your inability to want to fix something is a problem. Hey!
Check.
You sure say we will continue to get another part of this episode? This guy now too tall. He just give me this thing. So it's a problem.
It's a problem.
That you don't want to fix a problem.
You don't want to let go.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. You're still holding on to it. You are still holding on. And I'm not blaming the person who is feeling that way.
But see,
you understand?
Let me ask you this now, because you bring a very professional background to this thing. As a tutor, you deal with different characters.
Yeah. I like that phrase, different characters. Yes.
And now this community is a place where we have differences in character. This attitude of people not wanting to join association or belong to somewhere that is registered, and most of the time it stems from those who have been here
longer.
What could it be about? Is it ego that they couldn't fix it, and that the new ones are coming with better energies and getting things done? Or is it out of pride? Or what could it be?
All of these factors play into they have their all of these are factors that affect some. It's ego, some it's pride, and some is this will already, some could be indifferent about it. Okay, let them, whatever it is. Some people don't really, and that some people are not so interested in some things, or they've not even thought about it. Some people have that ego that why would you come now and you're the one doing it? It happens even in our families. We know that we are all humans. So it's a human nature.
But it's not supposed to be a good thing that somebody came with a new energy.
No good thing comes easy.
Okay.
Nothing good comes easy.
Oh boy. Because on a more serious note, when I see new energies, people who are not weird, people who have not been worn out.
Yeah.
Because I always say that if you want to know that coldness, this winter, eats things out of our body.
Yeah.
Put something outside during the winter and check that thing out after the winter. You will see that its layers have been eaten off. That is also how staying abroad, staying in a wintry environment can also play. It eats up things.
It does.
And slowly too, it eats up our mannerisms.
Yeah.
So when people come who are new to Finland or to Vasa and they come up with new ideas, I personally tilt to it because I want to be renewed. I don't want to dwell in the, part that the snow has eaten.
Dr. Ibukun Awoshika, Nigerian. She's also a preacher. She said something which I've been saying that woman. I'm going to interview her soon. I don't know her, but God good one. Said, if I need this guy and he has 80% attitude that I don't like and 20% of value that I want, would this 80% that I don't like affect this 20% that I can get? Does it come in the way of this 20%? If no, I look away. I overlook this 8. I can let this person know that, okay, I recognize your 80%. I don't like this part. This 20%, I focus on it.
The 80% of Nigerians in Vasa who have not joined the registered association that we have here in Vasa, do you advise them to join?
I advise them to join. See, things change. Something might not have happened in the past 50 years. One day, anything can happen. I told you that I was intentional with taking the language. I knew about it.
UP test before coming to Finland.
My plan was, part 1 is already given to me. It's compulsory course. I'll take it. Then when I'm taking it, I'll ask them, the part 2, how far? Because I already knew what I needed, what level I needed to get to be able to write Iki. I needed to get to part 3 to write Iki.
Yes.
And gain that knowledge. Now, part 2, if I can get it free without paying for it, then I'll take it. And as I came in, part 1 was compulsory. I got it. I already asked, is there going to be part 2? They say, yeah, there's talent boost fund. And yes, it's possible. It came, and I took it. And then I had the opportunity to even finish part 1. I took it too. My mates were like, how can you be taking both courses? I said, my major is Swedish because I would have done part 1. So I'll just continue. I'm doing part 2 now, Swedish. But let me just know some words there in Finnish. Nothing spoil. I'll attend class and know, okay, women. I can know those women and those simple things.
Yes.
Just attend class. Even if I might not pass it so well, but let me just understand some things. I took it and I passed it well.
Oh boy.
Part 3. So funding stopped after part 2. Same here. I already stopped. Vasa, University of Vasa, same here. So I stopped. I wrote to Oba Academy in Turku. I applied for a course. They said it is a physical class.
Wow.
So I couldn't do that one. I stopped. I wrote to my lecturer here. Luckily, she helped me. I got part 3 from Hanken. And all of these with the aim to do what? Prepare myself again for Iki. I got part 3 and I did it. And guess what? In that same Hanken, I had to join part 4. In Finland, the Swedish speakers must do Finnish.
Yes.
For work. It's called
work language.
Work language.
Yes.
Albert spoke. So the Finnish too must do Finnish. So I was in the same class with Finnish students.
Learning
Finnish speaking Finns. Learning Swedish in part 4. We were only 2 internationals. One guy from, I don't know, but he's from one of the Asian countries, and me, the rest were Finns. Part 4. We were not so good. But I did my exam. My exam oral presentation. I spoke, I will present. And it's not like I'm reading what, no, put one word there and explain, talk about it. It's presentation.
Wow.
I did it with the aim of what? Iki. Little did I know. And I completed all of this before my graduation. That was my plan. First semester, second semester, third semester, fourth semester. If I can get part 4, the 4 parts free of charge, B2 level, that'll be good for me. I can now then go write Iki immediately. I know I can do Iki once I feel okay. I'm ready. Because I did the exams, computer based. Camera is looking at you, only you, no paper. And I passed. So there was no fraudulent way of passing it.
Wow.
So then, but little did I know, at January, a policy was going to come out saying that if you have 15 credits, you can apply for PR, permanent for P.
Based on that language.
Based on that language that I was preparing for base just for Iki, that I will go and pay for exam by myself to write Iki. Now, I'm eligible to apply for
PR based on
that language, and what they're asking is 15, and I have 20 in one language.
We're not going to let We're not going to let Donald go yet. We are not going to. We are going to have a shorter part 3 of this episode. No, you guys don't worry. I will try to put the video so that it will be one video, but we're not going to let him go. Please, let us take another short break. Okay. Another short one. Oh boy, you came to this country to take it all.
I'm not playing.
You really came intentional.
It's not easy.
This guy is intentional. Let us take this break. Hello. I welcome you guys back. You know, this is one of the long episodes that we are going to have on the Stephen Ikebude show. And when I mean length in terms of time, it is also a quality one over quantity. If you have been following us by now, you will know already we have crossed the 90-minute mark that we put as the base for each episode. But in this case, we had a teacher, a professional tutor, somebody with 16 years in the professional discharge of his duties, and about 8 to 9 years of being an IT professional. So he came packed. He came with experiences that we've not had on this show. This is the first time on the show that we are having a migrant discuss the realities of migrating with children, what it was for the children. And parenting is a big deal here in the Western world. And being a parent who has moved to Finland from Nigeria with 2 grown-up kids, even the kids had to step down. Mm-hmm. You know, so these are realities that we bring to you. And when we began this show 6 months ago, our intention was to bring migrants to tell their own stories. An episode dedicated to the story of a migrant. And in this case, we had a migrant who was flowy, relatably, experientially, and professionally. It has been a packed one with Donald. Donald, I welcome you back.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for how much you have shared with us. You know, it's the kind of spice that we hope to get, you know, on every episode. We want our viewers, those on the other side, to see the world from the lenses of those who are currently living abroad and who have seen things differently, because nobody can see and have all the experiences. So this presents them an opportunity that you didn't have when you were thinking of moving, but now you are giving it to them on this show. I thank you for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Man, it's about 2 hours already.
Yeah.
Do you think we should continue?
If you want to.
So I didn't even offer you coffee. You just went for water.
It's water. Water, you know, I mean, it keeps me going.
I have joined you. We had a glass cup designed for beer, but I followed Dolan. We were drinking water with a beer glass.
This is my third cup now.
Exactly, and you don't seem tired.
I mean, I'm used to water.
I have not run out of questions.
Okay.
But I also don't want it to be too long for my viewers. So I will try to have a closing mark so that we don't take much of their time. You have experienced different kind of things here, but you've not told us any kind of culture shock that you have had when you moved. Is there anything that you have seen so far in your 3 years of living in Finland that you think those who are coming should bear in mind when they are coming, apart from work related?
I need to think about that very well. Culture shock, apart from work related.
Yes. Because you mentioned that you had to step down.
Yeah.
You stepped down, and one of the shock you embraced was you doing cleaning.
Yeah.
So apart from work, is there any other kind of thing that you have seen culturally from either native things or from the environment that is completely shocking to you?
Positive shocks.
It can be negative. It's up to you.
Positive shocks. A lot of positive shocks. My first day, part of my first 24 hours.
Yes.
I rushed down to Minimani to get something, and I wanted to cross the road. I paused to wait for vehicles, and they paused for me.
They stopped for you?
They stopped for me. And I was looking at them. In my mind, I won't said it out. What's wrong with these guys? They should move. What are they doing? I want to cross. And they were there looking at me.
Was it on a zebra crossing?
Zebra crossing, yeah. I was looking at them. They were looking at me. I had not even stepped on the road. I just stood, walked up to the crossing.
Yes.
And I paused. And they paused. They stopped. Those coming and those going the other way. So that was a shock to me. Then it dawned on me, these people actually stopped because of me to cross. So wow. Zebra crossing walks here. Then I crossed. Yeah, so that was really interesting to me. And my biggest shock is how safe it is. No, hearing it that it's the happiest country and one of the safest places, you will not understand until you experience it.
True, very true.
There's one thing that is so. I mean, one of the reasons I chose to come here as a family man. I'm sure that my kids will go to the mall, and I'm not worried that someone might decide to go spray bullets. I'm sure of that.
Yes.
And now living here with my kids, I'm certain that my boy can decide to wake up at 12 a.m. That I feel like having a stroll, and I'm not worried. And my son will go out, stroll, and come back home. I'm certain that he's going to be back home fine and safe.
Do you think the choice of Finland over UK that you had admission, Ireland that you had, interest of going, and Canada, do you think Finland was a better choice compared to those areas now that you have lived 3 years?
It was a better choice even before coming, because I had done my research on both places. Other places I had people living there, families and friends. But Finland, I didn't know anybody. But based on my research, before coming, I knew that Finland was a good choice.
Are you planning to leave Finland soon?
I have no plans yet. I have no plans to leave. As I speak with you right now, if you ask me, do you want to leave Finland? It's a no.
They have really done well to keep you.
I mean, I'm a family-oriented man.
And
So
truly,
the
this is
safety of my family is important. I don't look over my shoulders.
yes. It's you.
I'm not talking about the roads,
Yeah.
the bush path,
Yes.
the walkways.
Yes.
And Finland has a lot of forests.
There
I
was
don't look over my shoulders.
there was one day I was driving from Sala Ampu Yankatu. Is a street in Ristonumi.
Yeah.
I was driving down one day and then I saw the daughter of one of our. He's a pastor here in Vasa. The daughter, of course, she's an adult.
Yeah.
She's 18, but still lives with the dad. The dad have been here in Vasa. I think the name Pastor Samson.
Yeah.
Yes, Pastor
We are
Samson.
friends.
You guys are friends.
We are friends.
Yes. I saw the daughter one day when I was walking. I was driving. So I drove Sala Ampuyankatu heading back to the city center. So on that street, just raised my head up. I saw her. I didn't know she was the one at first. But my mind was, this is in the middle of the night. You know, I think her name is Lade. You know, I think her name, I'm not sure now, but I think her name is Lade. I stopped and I asked her in Yoruba, because I also speak Yoruba, what are you doing here in the middle of the night? Says she's just having a stroll. She was talking on the phone with somebody
On the phone.
and having a stroll all by herself. You know, so this is in the middle of the night, all by herself, and she felt safe.
Mamus and I were somewhere at, I think about 10:30 p.m. And a lady, a young girl was at the bus stop on her phone. Now I asked Mamus, is that not a girl over there? He said yes. She's on her phone and the light is so bright like this in this dark night. He said yes. Finland is a safe place.
It is. It is.
How dare you to try
It's one of the safest places to live in the world. And I give it to the Finns who have built this country.
And for bragging rights, Vasa, I think, is the safest city in Finland.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So you made the right choice. Everything you think good.
Yeah.
What is one thing you hope that the Finland or the Finnish society will fix?
Fix this issue of there's still this bias towards employment based on language. It's there. It might not be written, or it might not. It's still there. It might be subtle or latent. And there was this guest on my show. He said something. It's not out of malice. It's not a something that is malicious. They don't know. It's just a way of life, a system. It's easier to speak in my language.
Yes.
As it's easier for me to speak English.
Yes.
It's easier for someone to speak Finnish. And if they prefer to take someone who can speak Finnish,
they will,
and can do the job too, why not?
So, so should we now say, I'm happy that you mentioned this as something you want them to fix, but then it opens up another conversation that we immigrants really have.
Yeah.
Many of us consider the innate ability of a Finn to have preference. We consider it as bias.
As bias, yeah.
And I can debate this,
of course,
to any length, that a Finn has the right to have preference, just like we do.
And take note, bias is not a negative thing.
No, it's not. I know. I know. But it comes with a connotation.
Yep.
You know, so that's why I said that it would be good that I state it now, because I haven't had such a conversation with people to make them understand.
Yeah.
The nature of my work, I get to be at the forefront with natives. And I will be in the car and somebody will walk past me to take the next car because he prefers to be in a Mercedes-Benz. My car is not Mercedes-Benz. I'm a taxi driver, but my car is not Mercedes-Benz. He has the right to choose whatever car he wants to be in because he's the one paying. It is wrong of me to think of him or her as being racist.
Being racist is very wrong.
Because that is or her right to have preference. And we do that. Some people will go to buy iPhone over Samsung. It's humanistic to have preference. Nonetheless, I understand also where you are coming from. Like, there should be an open-mindedness towards employing.
And I think we are getting there. The Finnish system is, or the Finland is opening up gradually to internationals.
I would say they are closing up.
They're closing up.
I personally, in what I have seen so far, I think.
Okay, you've been here longer than I have, so you know better.
I think the policies right now.
Okay, for the policies.
Yes, they are. It's becoming more nationalistic, and anybody who is open-minded will understand why. That there is need for the growth to come internally, not from outside. Because whatever is coming from outside now is not growing anybody. You know, it's already too much chaos outside. The different wars that we have right now in Ukraine, in Israel, and now in Iran, you know, and then the growing concerns, you know, so it makes sense to securitize, you know, those who are inside, pay more attention to them and give them opportunities for them to try. So I would say that the government right now in Finland has intention to protect those who are already inside. Than to open the door to take in much more than they can cater for.
So when you say to protect those who are inside, are you talking about including the immigrants who are inside?
Personally, yes. I don't see the government being any way anti-immigrant.
Okay, then that's
in my own opinion, because I can tell you this much. There has not been any policy forbidding immigrants from trying. None so far.
True.
The only thing is that there has been a conscientious intention to reduce abuse of accesses to support. That one has been very, very intentional. This government has made sure that if you are going to get something from us, we need to be sure too that you are willing to give to us.
To give to us,
exactly. To try. you know, let's even see you try. Before we extend. Before now, we've been extending before you try, and I think that has gotten us neck deep into debt. You know, so they're trying. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try. You try first. Before we give you.
And I hope they recognized all our, I hope they are seeing how much many of us are trying. I believe they are seeing that, and I hope they pay attention to it.
See your own case now. You pursued Swedish language to the point that you didn't need to. Unknown to you, the policy that were reframed favored you.
Favored me,
So, is it possible then to say that the changes in policies in Finland are also favoring some, but not all?
Definitely, it will favor some and not all. Because no matter how wonderful policies are, some people will still complain about it because it will not favor them. It's normal. It's everywhere.
Exactly.
It cannot favor everybody.
Yes.
But the thing is, find the part of it that favors you.
And work towards that.
And go with what you have. Find the part that favors you and work with that one. I always say this thing. is a kind of prayer that we pray in my house. Because I am here, the policies of Vasa will favor me. The policies of Finland will favor me. And remember, Finland is in the EU.
Yes.
Policies of the EU will favor me. Not everything. Because there must be some things that will not, even the 10 commandments, they couldn't keep all of it.
Yes.
They could keep some and not keep some.
Yes.
Even as Christians, it don't be all the same if it to avoid.
Which policy so far, since you have been living here in Finland, has been completely anti you?
To be honest, I don't know yet, because I don't really, when I hear people complain about a particular policy, I don't read about it. I don't look at it so I pay attention to when they talk. And I ask, have you read it line by line?
To be sure.
To be sure. Don't hear or read something that someone posted, their own summary, and you run with it. No, go read it for yourself. So when I hear some things and they don't sound nice to me, I leave it out.
What is one thing about the Finnish society that inspires you?
The way it's funny how they get to trust. It's this trust. It is like a culture. They trust you to do this thing. This is your job. They trust you to do it. That you're supposed to do it and do it well. They trust you that there's some things that I'm more like, why would you just expect, okay, what is expected of you? They expect that you will do it. And it's funny that they do it. Most of the things I've experienced.
Do you think as immigrants or of migrants living in Finland that we overly expect from the average native Finn?
In what sense?
Like we expect them to do so much for us. Or like we expect the country to do so much for us.
Well,
do you think we have that?
The first thing is this. What has your own country done for you? Did your country do so much for you? If they didn't, then it would be too selfish of you to expect another country to do so much for you. But the little they can do, run with it. Work with that little that they can do. However it favors you, run with it. That's why I am not... Pastor Monica will say something. Donald does not complain. You can't catch me. You cannot catch him frowning and bitter that this and that.
Pastor Monica from Vasa City Church.
Yeah. There's a time, I say this all the time. I've eaten vitamin C, vitamin D to quench hunger.
Hold on. You have eaten vitamin D.
Yeah.
To quench hunger.
You remember that vitamin D, you must take only one per day.
Yeah.
So I've taken already for today, for example. And the day starts at 12 midnight. I already taken in the morning, but I'm hungry. I wait for 12 midnight. I'll just be waiting. Once it's 12 midnight, I'll also take one. That mindset of this one I take, and it's very little. This one I take can sustain me. It's a mindset. Already is affecting my metabolism. Whether I like it or not, I take one. It is not doing nothing, but when you don't have water and you are thirsty, any drop of water will make sense.
Wow.
So that one tablet I take, will be enough for me for that time. I feel like I've something that has entered. Vitamin D is sweet. I feel like something has entered my mouth.
The things we say, you have a good asenne. Asenne is mindset.
Mindset.
Yes, and they always say asenne etene, which is
asenne.
Yeah, etene. Your mindset progresses. Like it takes you forward.
Yeah.
So when you have a good mindset, there's a possibility that you can easily get forward. So it matters to have a good mindset. In one or two sentences, or maybe use it as your closing remark, I want you to speak to those immigrants who have lived here before you, here in Finland, and are either trapped in choices.
Yeah.
They blame it on the country, or they are in one form of uncertainty or the other. You seem to have a good person. I don't know if it is because you have only been here for 3 years. I don't know if it is something that is innately part of you as a trait, or that it is in your DNA as something you were born with. In your final remark, I want you to communicate whatever you think you can say to them, those who have been here in Finland longer than you. What would be that? You can look at them into their eyes and talk to them.
Now, remember I said I got a Canada ban.
Yes.
I'm saying it again. And that should have demoralized me. There was no clear reason, like maybe this document was fraudulent. There was nothing about fraudulent, about fraud when it comes to my documents, but they just didn't give me, and I got a ban after a warning. But I was not demoralized, because I learned this thing over the period of time I worked.
Yes.
About my mindset. Then it was immediately I got that. I told my wife, I've decided now. So that Finland, I wrote on the board, that's where I'm pursuing. So it's a mindset. So I worked on it. Eventually, I came here. Then I had this challenges must come. We are humans. We'll get tired, we'll get weak.
Yes.
It might be ego or anything. Say, me clean? No. I can't be doing that. But at some point, I accepted it that, no, you have to step down. I have to. So I stepped down. So stepping down is a mindset, is important. But the mindset is, there's a place I want to get to. So for me to move from this mountain to the next, between two mountains, there must be a valley. It means you have to go down first. You cannot jump. I go down to the valley, then start climbing to the next one. I came down, I got down to that valley. I've done cleaning, I've done cleaning, I've done farming. Now I'm climbing up gradually. I'm getting somewhere. So if you don't have a positive mindset, anywhere you are, I'm going to mention someone else. Pastor Dolatolawa said something which I watched the other day. Any system you are complaining about cannot favor you.
Oh boy. That's deep.
You cannot be working in this place and you always complain about this company, this. You cannot grow in that company because you're always grumbling. Complaints are normal. But we are murmuring, this company, they're not doing us well. You cannot climb. It will not favor you. Look for the good and hold on to it. See that good. Hold on to that good and run with it. Where you are coming from, how good is it? How good is it that you come to another place and be blaming them for not, you claim that they're not being good to you? Have a positive mindset. It was good. I mean, it wasn't easy for me, but I had to take up the menial job things. Even with the farming, I provided peppers.
My brother, were you thinking you were going to do farm?
No.
That your farm part, you sweep me cover for wrong.
I provided peppers for a lot of people.
I benefited from it too.
Who didn't have to go pay money to buy peppers.
Yes.
That's a good, have that mindset that, okay, even from this menial job and I'm plugging pepper and my back is paying me, but there's a good coming out of it. A lot of people got peppered. A lot of people got to know me. Till date, I don't know some of them. Some of them will see me somewhere and say, they will serve me well. Like, say, you gave me peppers, so I didn't know. I don't know. So, that positivity, be positive. Science has proven it. Let us keep at, okay, let us say we're not talking about you being a religious person. Science has proven it. Religion has proven it. Ola preached it today at the City Church. Ola Wale, the Nigerian. It is what your thoughts. Your thoughts. You only attract what you can imagine to. I'll share this. The good thing is, I can say this now, this video will not be out in at least in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I believe that. It shouldn't be out. I was telling people, I didn't know I even mentioned these two Mamos. My first visit to Nigeria, I didn't want to go from my own pocket. I wanted to be fully funded. I was hoping to get a project, pursuing PhD, be on the project that concerns Africa and EU. That's what the project came that we pursued in my school, but we didn't get it. I was hopeful that this project is the project. With this one, it's sure. There's funding in it now, so I can travel to Nigeria and go do research. Maybe one other African, but at least I must visit Nigeria, funded, do research, and say hello to family and friends, then come back fully funded, not paying. But guess what? It didn't come. But I kept on saying it. I will say travel to Nigeria. I must travel to Nigeria. You can only attract what you can imagine and say it. Be positive. It might not come, but still stay positive. Guess what? Now, before I tell you what happened, the first time I heard about this was a Japanese experiment. Scientists in Japan had jars, like glass jars of plants. They planted the same kind of soil, everything the same. The same plant, the same seeds, the same soil, the same watering, everything. But in this jar, they said nonsense. In this one, mixed nonsense and good. In this one, good things. In this one, beautiful things. And they all grew according to what they said. See, science. This is science. So it is science. It's not spiritual.
Oh boy.
Science, the same. This one, you will die. Nothing is good about this plant. And those plants grew according to what they said. That is science, not even spiritual. That means it means that even the science and the spiritual, they are all intertwined. By what? The spoken word.
It turned out to come from somewhere else.
Your mind,
So
your mindset be positive.
So you're telling those who have lived here in Finland longer than you, who are filled with uncertainty, to find the good.
Find the good.
And change their mindset.
Hold on to that good.
Donald, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. You have made this, it's going to be a long one. I will try to post all of this as one video because many of you have come telling me to stop dividing the videos into parts, that you want to watch one and be sure that you're done with one. You see, Donald came here packed. And I'm sure you enjoyed every bit of the discussion that we had today. Thank you for being a part of this episode. We see how much you guys do in our community. For those of you that comment regularly, those of you who see the negativity and call it out and advise us to do and improve on the positivity, we see you. We appreciate the comments, the reminders. And those of you who share, thank you. And the new ones who are subscribing, we tell you welcome. It plays a big role in motivating us to bring people like this who are not only professionals, but they are experienced and methodical in their migration. We hope that in the next episode, you are still going to be with us. Thank you for sharing your time with us today. and see you on the next. Have a good one. Moi moi.
Moi.
One Dalo.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.